today, of course, is the 1st of November. And, well, a question that was being asked on the Rhema Breakfast Show this morning, is it too early? 1st of November, is that too early for Christmas carols? I don't know. Depends on the carol, honestly, from my point of view, but it's never too early for Christmas. In fact, it's Christmas all year round for the good folk at Mission Without Borders. Barry Raeburn joins me on the show. Barry, kia ora, good morning.
Good morning, Andrew. Thank you so much for having me on the show. Always a pleasure to be spend some time talking with you.
Merry Christmas, by the way, as well. Now, for you guys, you do start Christmas pretty early because, of course, being an international ministry, if you're planning Christmas, it's like having foreign relatives, isn't it? If you've got to get the parcels organised and sorted long before Christmas. And a special program to make Christmas extra special for some of the families that you work with in Eastern Europe, right?
Yeah, absolutely, Andrew. So, yeah, we do have to get started early. We start packing our Christmas boxes this time of year. This year we're looking to, it's called Operation Christmas Love, and we pack 42,000 Christmas boxes to get out to needy and vulnerable families all across Eastern Europe. And the project starts now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Very exciting. Now, some people, I suppose, particularly us in the Southern Hemisphere, we think, oh, Northern Hemisphere Christmas, wouldn't that be so delightful? You've got that picture postcard thing and you can all make snowmen on Christmas Day. It would be so much fun. I mean, that's how some people think, it's like a scene from Frozen. But actually, paint us a picture. What's it really like for some of the families that you help Christmas Day?
Yeah, absolutely. And I do think people do have this winter wonderland concept of Christmas in other hemispheres, and in Eastern Europe and the communities we serve. Yeah, particularly for families that are poor and struggle to get by winter with its sub 30-degree temperatures. Wow. Very, very cold that time of year. It's a time when people unfortunately, it's a time when they're even more vulnerable. And of course, everybody loves the snow at winter time, but the cold there is very particularly biting and particularly cold.
Yeah, and for people that are, on the cusp of poverty anyway, on the wrong side of the breadline, also saying, okay, you've got to find some winter fuel, like good King Wenceslas said. You've got to spend some of your budget on making sure that you stay warm over winter, which means less money for food and other essentials.
Right, and oftentimes with the families we serve, Christmas treats and Christmas gifts aren't even really part of their dynamic there. And the additional, we have additional challenges this year with Christmas, and particularly in the Ukraine, where we distribute 10,000 boxes, as a lot of the families we are helping to support and provide support to are running and living in different parts of the Ukraine, and so we're supporting them. They may have fleeing they're internally displaced, and they've moved from their hometown because of the war.
Difficult circumstances indeed, and wonderful to bring a little bit of Christmas love, hope and joy in a box wrapped up here in New Zealand. What's in the box? What are people going to be unboxing as they prepare to celebrate Christmas in Eastern Europe?
So, yeah, let me just quickly clarify. The boxes are actually made up in Eastern Europe because they source the materials locally. Yep. And so, they're all packed up, packaged up, and we send the funds to them to do that.
Oh, yes, good.
But each box contains sugar, cereals, flour, tea, sweets, canned meat, pasta, cooking oil, rice, and then Christian literature we send. We also enclose details. And then we were talking before the show, we also add blankets and warm clothing from New Zealand that gets added to the mix there as well for families in the middle of winter.
I understand you've got a special group of people. I was going to say ladies, but it may include some blokes as well. I suspect it's just ladies who are involved in making blankets and doing knitting. This is all a part of the Christmas Love campaign. You had a bit of a celebration with them last night, was it?
Yeah, yesterday we had a special high tea for the predominantly ladies, but we had actually a Christian biker who bails all of our blankets up into the wall. So there was a group of Christian bikers who actually help out with our work there, but it's predominantly ladies that knit for us. And we've got about 3,000 of them across the country, and we had a special high tea for them, celebrating them and thanking them. and their blankets get distributed to these families as part of our Operation Christmas Love campaign.
That is absolutely fantastic. So, I mean, you and the team very busy with this particular campaign at the moment. The blankets get sent off. That's why I got confused, Barry. The blankets get sent off, but all of the other ingredients in the box, that's sourced locally, of course, to keep costs down. I must say, this isn't a criticism, but some of the things in the box, that's pretty basic stuff. You know, we're not talking ham and pavlova and all the trimmings. We're talking some basic subsistence stuff, but this is how tough people are doing it in Eastern Europe.
Yeah, that's a really, really good point. Obviously, we have some treats and sweets for the children, but predominantly, it's really just helping families at a time when they don't have a lot at all. I know it seems a little bit sad, but at Christmas time, this type of box full of essentials, things to get them through, is a huge boost to them and a huge way to send them and show them the love of Jesus, and also show them the meaning of Christmas and the reason for Christmas and why Jesus came and so on and so forth, particularly in communities where a lot of the people that we're supporting don't have any faith in Christ.
Yeah, I was going to mention that. You said that there was the Christian literature in there. This isn't just to the local church people in Ukraine and Romania and the like. This is a form of outreach. This is taking a gospel message as well as some warm blankets.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, in Bosnia, a predominantly Muslim country, we're getting distributing love boxes out to people that are part of the Muslim faith. And so they get to see the love of Jesus through our work, and many of them come to know the Lord. So that's really, really special as well.
No, that is, well, I can't think of a better thing to be giving this Christmas. Now, you mentioned beforehand a very large number of boxes that you're wanting to provide for people in Eastern Europe. That's just from New Zealand. What was that big number again, Barry?
42,000. So that's the global part of how many we send for the global organization. 42,000 get distributed across our field countries in Eastern Europe.
Wow, what a huge task that is. But New Zealand can be a part of it. In fact, people listening to this at the moment can be a part of it as well. And hey, Barry, perhaps like me, there's people thinking, I haven't even started thinking about Christmas yet. It's, you know, a month from now, maybe I'll start to think about it. But wouldn't it be wonderful if this to be the first thing that people do for Christmas? Before we get busy and before things get frantic on this side of the world, that we take a moment to invest into a family that we will never meet, well, never meet this side of heaven at least, and show some love to a family in Eastern Europe. This would be a great way to get us all in the Christmas spirit, Barry.
Oh, I love that, Andrew. I mean, I absolutely think this would be a wonderful way to kick Christmas off, just to get a start and to say, you know what, I'm going to share some love. I'm going to show some generosity. I'm going to kick my Christmas off by sending someone a Christmas love box in Eastern Europe, and a not so forgotten part of the world now because of everything that's been happening in the Ukraine. It's really put everything into the spotlight.
But hey, certainly not in a good way, and it's going to be another tough winter for these folk and others in Eastern Europe. So what does it take, Barry? What does it take for somebody to say, you know what, I'm going to give a love box to a family in Eastern Europe? What does that involve? How do people get connected with this?
Yep. So you just visit our website, www.mwb.org.nz. You go to our Get Involved section and look up Operation Christmas Love, or you can call our office at 0800 469 269, and our team will take a donation for $45 for a Christmas Love box to send to someone in need or a family in need in Eastern Europe.
And so that is for a whole family, less than $50 for a whole family. And hey, here's an idea. If you get together with other members of the family for Christmas, how about if you're making that decision today, you do $45 and challenge the rallies, challenge the cousins. Hey, this is what we're doing. Why don't you sponsor a family as well? Put it on your social network and send some love to Eastern Europe this Christmas. And hey, a wonderful way to kick off the Christmas season. Barry, thank you for what you and your team are doing. Thanks for all of the ladies knitting and for the Christian bikers packing up those blankets. That web address one more time.
www.mwb.org.nz.
Hey, thanks very much for joining us in the Rhema studio. Thanks very much for watching the interview. It's kind of nice to have an audience, actually. And if you did like what you watched, then do give us a like, do give us the thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more interviews like that one, or perhaps even better, subscribe and those interviews will come straight to you. Don't forget to turn on your notifications, and we'll see you in the next one. Cheers.